Imagine the unforgiving cold of the Ural Mountains, a place where the snow never melts and the wind never sleeps. This is a world of pristine white, where the frozen peaks pierce the sky and the chill seeps into your very bones. It's a place that echoes with silence, broken only by the howling wind that carries tales of dread and despair. In this remote corner of Russia, the elements are not the only harbingers of fear. It is here that we find the chilling tale of the Dyatlov Pass incident, a mystery as cold and unyielding as the mountains themselves. 9 young, adventurous souls, drawn by the thrill of the unknown, set out on a journey into the heart of this icy wilderness. Their quest for adventure, however, took a sinister turn. As they delved deeper into the mountains, they unknowingly stepped into a horrifying tale that remains unsolved to this day. In this inhospitable place, a group of young hikers dared to venture, unknowingly stepping into a horrifying tale that remains unsolved to this day. As a darkness fell on their campsite, the wind carried with it an eerie sense of foreboding. The hikers, young and fearless, settled into their tents, their laughter and chatter swallowed by the howling wind. Tucked away in the icy heart of the Ural Mountains, they were alone, their only company the towering trees and the relentless cold. The night was alive with strange sounds. Footsteps echoed in the distance, a rhythmic thumping that seemed too deliberate to be a mere animal. The hikers exchanged nervous glances, their hearts beating in tandem with the mysterious sounds. They called out into the wilderness, their voices barely rising above the wind. But the only response they received was the haunting echo of their own words, bouncing off the icy cliffs and disappearing into the inky darkness. The wind grew stronger, its icy tendrils seeping into their bones, forcing them to huddle together for warmth. Their fear was a tangible thing, a heavy shroud that weighed them down. And then, as abruptly as it had begun, the wind ceased, plunging their world into an eerie silence. In the deathly stillness they saw it, a figure standing at the edge of their camp, its form barely discernible in the moonlight. It stood there, watching them with unblinking eyes, a silent sentinel in the night. The sight of it sent a fresh wave of terror coursing through them, their hearts pounding in their chests like a drumbeat of dread. And then, without a word, the figure turned, its silhouette shrinking as it retreated into the darkness. The hikers were left in stunned silence, their breaths coming in short, ragged gasps. Their fear was a living entity, a monstrous thing that threatened to consume them. As the figure disappeared into the night, the hikers were left shaken, their hearts pounding with a fear they could not explain. Little did they know, their night of terror was just beginning, a haunting prelude to the horror that awaited them. Morning broke, revealing the grisly reality of their encounter. The sun's first rays painted the scene in an unforgiving light, casting long shadows over the camp. One tent was noticeably empty, its fabric torn from the inside, as if clawed by desperate hands. The hiker who had occupied it was nowhere to be found. A frantic search ensued, the remaining group members calling out in vain for their lost companion. As they ventured further from the camp, the snow beneath their feet stained an ominous crimson. A trail of blood led them to a horrifying sight. One by one they found their friends, their bodies strewn across the icy landscape, their faces contorted in expressions of sheer terror. Eyes wide open, mouths agape, they bore the haunting imprint of their last moments. The chilling silence of the mountain was broken only by the horrified gasps of the living. Their friends were gone, their faces frozen in a horrifying display of their final moments of terror. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a chilling enigma, a ghost story that refuses to be silenced. Here in the icy wilderness of the Ural Mountains, a horrifying tale unfolded. 9 young, adventurous souls lost to the elements and the unknown. Over the years, theories have swirled around this unsolved mystery. Some point to a violent avalanche, others to secret military testing, and a few even whisper of alien involvement. Yet, none of these theories can fully explain the terror etched on the faces of the victims or the inexplicable events of that fateful night. Why did they flee their tents so hastily in sub-zero temperatures? What force could have caused such brutal injuries? And who or what was the figure they saw that night? The answers remain elusive, shrouded in the icy mists of the Dyatlov Pass. As the wind continues to howl through the Ural Mountains, it carries with it the echoes of that fateful night, a haunting reminder of the terror that unfolded and the mystery that remains.